Paul Mayer did not get the bad news from a visit or even a phone call. It came in a letter. After living in this apartment for 44 years, he got a 90-day notice to terminate tenancy and to get out.
It was just shoved down my throat.
Paul's story is making front-page headlines, with the owner telling the Mercury News they are evicting or not renewing leases of all 16 tenants in order to renovate the aging building. They say it's much faster and cheaper to do it all at once while the building is vacant. Telling the Mercury News, "Of course I feel bad about it, but there's nothing I can do. Does anyone feel bad for me that my mortgage is so high and I'm only getting $525 from him?" Paul is a World War II pilot who has survived a heart attack and is now battling skin cancer. Back in the day, he got a break on the rent to be the on-site manager, paying just $525 a month. He's no longer the manager, but the old owner kept the rent the same all these years. He's now making it work with a Social Security check of $1,100 a month.
I don't know how many people are in the same position that I am. Like I said, I got lucky.
Paul's story has renewed the debate over whether or not San Jose needs a just cause ordinance. It's where a landlord has to prove someone is being a bad tenant before evicting them. San Jose's housing director says it's a balancing act between vulnerable tenants and property owners.
So once we're able to implement this rent registry, we're going to be able to track what's happening to each individual apartment and how often they turn over and get new tenants. This will really provide us the evidence we need to really show if it's a problem or not.
Councilmember Raul Perales says it's a tricky issue, but supports tenants' rights.
I want to try to provide more protections for those residents and those individuals to the extent that we can and to the extent that we're not overwhelmingly putting burdens on property owners.
As for Paul, he says he does not need your pity.
They got their job to do, and I got, if they're qualifying, you know, legally and everything, then that's the way life is.
And so Paul and his family tried to appeal this eviction, but they lost. However, they did get an extension, and so the new move-out deadline is now in July. He is getting a lot of help from his 6 kids. Again, they are not looking for any handouts, but the hunt is on for a new home. And we're live in San Jose. Kiet Do, KPIX 5.